I should probably
Loudly.
stand here, but not a loudspeaker.
Okay.
At the drive-through, they're always like, "Say it again."
No worries.
So hi, everyone. If you don't know me, I'm Stephanie Dobson. I'm the owner and principal designer of Personalized Design Interiors. So I've been in business since February 14th of 2020. So that date probably sounds familiar because it was a month before everything shut down. I started my business as a side hustle. Thankfully, during that time, everyone was at home and realized that their houses were really ugly. And so things really progressed quickly. I was able to quit my full-time job at the end of 2021, and I've been a full-time entrepreneur ever since. I have anything on here that's pointed here or here?
Working.
Oh, I was putting up. No. Okay. So a little bit about Personalized Design Interiors, just in terms of our values and our mission. So my goal in going into interior design was always to, I believe everybody deserves a home that they love. Initially, I wanted to make design approachable for everyone, but the reality is I also need to make money. So I've kind of gotten into more of, trying to realize who is my ideal client, which I'll get into a little bit later. But just these are the things that are important to me at the forefront. It's definitely important to me to be a part of the community. I'm kind of centrally located from Davidson to Concord to Charlotte. I do have an office a couple doors down that I have signed a lease for this year on Union Street, testing the waters out here. And then I'm like 12 minutes from Birkdale. So I'm kind of, that area is, I'm a little bit everywhere. A little bit about me. I do kind of share this with clients too in the very beginning, because I think one thing that I feel like sets me a little bit apart is I'm very process driven, which a lot of people are like, that's a left brain and a right brain. How did you come from one thing to the other? But the reality is like 30-ish% is design, 70% is execution. So you're working with a ton of different trades and vendors who you really have no control over. So obviously being able to work and lead is important, as well as just being able to, I used to have clients that were very, very large Fortune 500 companies who were constantly acquiring and spinning off and all of these things, new software. So I'm able to implement projects and manage projects, multiple projects at once pretty flawlessly. So I'd like to point that out to people because I think some people don't realize just how important, how important that stuff is behind the scenes. You want it to look easy, but it's anything but. So a little bit about who my ideal client is. Really anyone who is busy and appreciates someone coming in and outsourcing those things to that person to make it easy. I'm really not a huge fan for my client to be a DIYer, because they have a lot of opinions. Typically, they're trying to save money, and there's not really a lot of flexibility to be creative. They're also extremely nitpicky in my experience, and it just makes for not a fun experience. Really, I want to add value to someone who wants design, they want a beautiful home, but they just don't have time or they don't have the desire. And what I have found so far to be the sweet spot for that is busy professionals who are, maybe they're starting to be really successful and financially secure. They want a grown-up house. They want to get rid of all the mismatched college stuff, and they have the income to do it. As well as, people going through transitions in life. Maybe they're empty nesters or soon to be retiring. They understand typically that, quality is a little bit more expensive. It's a little bit harder to sell someone with young children on brand new furniture that's expensive because they're like, my kid's just going to ruin it. There are options for that, performance fabric and things like that, but it is a harder sell. Like I said, really anywhere in the area. I also do offer a self-service package that's similar to e-design, so really could work with anyone anywhere. And then of course, travel is built in, so I could work with anyone in another state. Just an idea of what we do. So, it's more than just fluffing pillows. It's really coming in, helping people set the budget from the very beginning. They typically want to do their kitchen or their bathroom, and they have no idea that that could be anywhere from $35,000 to $90,000, depends on what you're doing. Or is it a refresh? Are you renovating? What are your selections? So I really try to let them walk that journey and help them, as well as, to the very end where we install and we make it really pretty for people. In the next 3 to 5 years, my goals are, I really would like to transition to less of those self-service clients and more full service clients, especially whole home or more than just a room here or there. And then I also want to add staging services, and I would love to have some type of e-commerce and retail shop, particularly why I'm sampling the waters here, because I feel like there's a lack of, I have access as a designer to a lot of really nice to the trade only vendors that you have to work with a designer to get. So even back to my original making design attainable and approachable for everyone, I would really like to be able to offer, you know, furniture in a setting, come in and see groupings. So maybe they can't work with a designer, that's another way that they kind of obviously to grow. So get more projects, hire more employees, make more money, and then, you know, eventually have a larger office space. And then just in terms of my challenges, especially the how can you help me, looking for, you know, feedback, but also just getting my name out there. In my line of work so far, what I've seen, the best clients come from referrals, and good referrals, quality, organic relationships is what I'm looking for. So anyone who, you know, is looking for full service interior design, anyone who is maybe a luxury construction builder that needs designers to come in and help, things like that. And really my struggle has just been finding, I found some, and it's getting better, you know, 3 years in business. Is that 1 minute or it's up? Okay. And then, but it's just been very difficult to kind of find the price range of folks who can afford it, or maybe they can afford it, but they don't appreciate and understand the importance of design. So really just finding where that is. So far, my experience, it's been mostly around the Lake Norman area. I mean, we know prices of homes are more expensive there. People are moving there from other states that have more disposable income. But I would really, you know, Concord's where I'm from. So I'd really like to be able to pour into some of these homes as well. And I think that is everything. This is my contact info. With that takes you to my website. At the bottom is my Facebook and Instagram. Would love a follow and a share. But yeah, this is everything we have. I do have a Clear Watson Davidson, so I'm kind of like both places depending on where you look. So I'm trying to like hit all the markets and do the research.